I'm gonna ask a question. Like in round, like this happens to me a lot. You get like 3 bad holes in a row, and like it might not be a fault of yours, maybe it's bad bounce or whatever. And this person, they're starting to go down the quicksand. They're starting to go. What do you, if you were there with them, what would you say?
So I think on the side of the emotional side of that, there is great performance coaches in golf.
Yes.
I've trained with some of them to make sure I understood the performance side and how to teach the mental side. My favorite are Vision 54. I always tell players, look up Lynn, Marriott, P. and Nelson. They are the best. They were on because Sorensen's coaches.
Okay.
They work with Chuck Hogan. They work with some of the greatest mental gurus, if you want to pitch them into that, like idea if it's the mental side.
Yeah.
They really break it down to that performance is based on human beings have 3 parts: physical, emotional, and mental. You just brought up the emotional.
Yeah.
Right? And you brought up one scenario. The idea that you got a bad bounce.
Yep.
Or you're playing with a group that's slow, which now you don't have to worry about. Everybody's twosome spread out. I get to play.
Yeah, it's good now.
Golf cart per person, go flying everywhere.
Yeah.
But let's say, slow play would piss a lot of people off. That's a big one. Somebody distracts you, talks in your swing, and you blame that. And I'm like, well, if you're honestly thinking of nothing and using your Jedi powers, and that little distraction distracted you, it's because you have terrible swing thoughts to begin when you're probably thinking of nothing. So the slightest little noise will disturb you and make you angry.
Gotcha.
That's still your fault.
Yes.
Because you're thinking of nothing.
Yeah.
You get that? That's why you could hear that little notion or what might happen. Depends. I mean, if some guy yells Baba Booey, that's a little different. They still have good shots usually.
Yeah.
Because they're focused.
Gotcha.
Because what they're doing in their head is they're chanting. I'll come back to that, but let's just say you said that the emotional side. Can you control that group that's playing slow?
No.
Can you control bad weather?
No.
Can you control the bad bounce?
No.
Does worrying about things you can't control help you or hurt you?
Oh, it's going to hinder you all day.
Waste of time, right?
Absolutely.
When they told me that, I kind of was like, that's very true.
Yes,
the easy thing to remind yourself is to say to yourself, look, I mean, thinking of things that you can't control is doing you no good. It's a waste of your time and energy. So just get over it and move on. I'm like, you give your best, who cares? It's not going to help you. That's how you have to do it. I like to curse myself. I'm a little different kind of thought in that process, but it was like, no, Lynn and Pete laughed. But they heard me and they were just like, that's a great way to do it. They're so polite and nice. I was like, okay. My Jersey, New York accent's probably not fitting well here in Arizona.
Yeah. It's a little harsh out there.
But so that would be the emotional side. You really, I mean, people think you're gonna breathe it out and all that crap. And I'm like, I've never seen that work. I've never seen anybody try to like go into a Zen state and like start like just pausing and breathing and using techniques that way that would work. You have to literally learn to train the brain to realize the things that don't matter are the stupidest things. You tell yourself that's stupid.
Yeah.
Why am I thinking about that?
Yeah.
Hard to do.
It's very hard to do.
Very hard to do.
Very hard.
I'd say it's conviction. It's working at it. And for me on the golf course, it almost actually got a lot easier. In life, I find it harder to do. Right? Like if my wife makes me angry, like it's hard for me to be like, that doesn't help me. Don't think about that. Right? That's the heat of the moment. But in terms of golf, I think most players don't even try to remind themselves of that. Right? They literally will try to blame something on like, that's why I played bad because they're playing slow or, this guy talked to, they just blame everything. And I'm like, calm down. Maybe laugh, take a drink. Golf's a great drinking game.
It's a great drinking game.
Correct. Golf was based on the theory that you could drink a fifth of scotch in 18 holes.
Yes.
That's why they stopped at 18.
Yeah.
Okay? 'Cause golf's all about drinking. So have a drink, relax, enjoy yourself, and look around. Lynn and P are great about that too. They teach you to take in the environment a little more.
Okay.
Get you to realize, like, look, we're out here to look at how beautiful it is outside, right?
Yeah.
So, like, most golf courses are on these amazing landscapes. So try to, like, take that in at times. Try to learn to practice different, let's say, mental skills and approaches towards distraction. Right?
Yeah.
In between shots, you have to be able to distract yourself by entertainment, of socialization. That's the other thing they said. Learn to socialize. Learn to be a human being. Right? If you're out there and being like a total loser and just like keeping yourself, like, don't talk to me. Like, that sucks. Like, I don't want to play with you.
Yeah. No,
I played with who you are if you suck at golf, but if you're cool to hang out with, I'm going to have a good time. Right.
Yeah.
Correct. Right?
That's the best part of it.
Correct. So I want players to realize that you should socialize out there, learn to enjoy that aspect of it so that it takes your mind off the fact that these things that shouldn't bother you anyway. Right? That's the emotional side. The other thing would be is you have to learn, like the one cliche I hate to is to say to yourself, this cop out, I think too much. Well, I ask that to a student every time, and 99% of the time after I'm like, what were you thinking about? And they look at me like, nothing. I'm like, exactly. You weren't thinking of shit. You were just staring at that ball, praying it went in. They're like, go it. I'm like, that's not going to work. And that's why I hear all the time when I hear these coaches, they're claiming that studies are done showing that, external perception actually creates better internal motions versus if you were internally focused. Like external focus is better than internal focus is like an argument in golf. And all the external focus players or golfers that I think are being taught that way, it's like lighting a chakra candle and hoping like things are going to wish their way into the hole. Like this doesn't happen. You don't fall into the zone. Never is what is happening. Like when I'm playing my best, I'm just extremely focused. I've ignored all the chatter and I've managed to go through my routine and keep it consistent throughout the day. That's the other thing. You see players, they don't keep a routine. Like basketball players at a free throw line, tennis players at a serve, bowlers and golfers on the best in the world all have these routines that they follow to a T, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's them chanting to themselves, keeping the routine consistent so they don't have the negative chatter coming in of like, ooh, this hole makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, if like a tee shot makes you uncomfortable and you're thinking about that, that's your swing thought. You're like, that stupid tree out there on this hole. And then you swing. Well, that's a bad swing thought, isn't it? To actually say to yourself right before you hit that stupid tree out there. That's what you're visualizing and thinking of. Or feeling, right? Of like, feel. What is feel? What are you feeling? Like, I hate stuff like that because it's not things you can latch onto that are clear-cut path and clear-cut plans. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Right? I hate that notion that we're just going to one day get great at golf because we just externally visualize the shot better. What? You shake the ball. You top every shot. Right? Visualize not top it. Tell me how that works. Right?
It's like that positive thought thing. Like no matter what, like positive thought, positive. Eventually, your brain's gonna realize you're lying to yourself.
Correct.
You keep topping the ball.
Yeah, like you're shanking the ball. Yeah. You could say positive crap to yourself all day you want.
Yeah.
One of my favorite coaches, Brian Manzella, who I'm a good colleague with, he always had this saying that you can whisper all the sweet nothings you want to a player's ear, but it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. It's so true. I'm like, if you suck at the golf swing, you should not be worrying about golf. You'll hear that. You should learn to play golf versus golf swing. I'm like, if your golf swing sucks, you should 100% try to swing it more like Rory McIlroy. Okay, don't swing your swing. Yeah. Everybody's like, swing your swing. I'm like, your swing shanks the ball. Don't swing it anymore. Yeah. Fix that. That's hurting everybody's round. Yeah. Okay, so it's more that you have to think of a swing thought as a chant. So you always hear it. Like you always hear tour pros. This guy's like, turn more. Or this guy's hands deep, knee in. Or this guy's tilt more. Or this guy's back bend more. Or head up more. Or maybe it's like two thoughts together. Like mine is, because I tend to not necessarily sometimes turn enough. I slide too much, so I swing too into out and close the face too much. So like overhooks. Good players overhook the ball, right? So my thought is open the hips, finish the turn. You see guys like Sergio Garcia who try to open up their hips hugely at impact. Like Garcia's like here at impact. Yeah. First of all, most players can't do that. I could barely do that too because my leg does not shoot in well, and that's just not something my back always wants to do every day. Some days better than others when I'm really working hard at it. And that would help me to not overclose the face or not swing too into out, basically hitting that hook. Sergio for the same reason. Sergio swings way too into out at times and overhooks the ball. Shank hooks the ball sometimes into the left wood. So he's trying to use something. He's probably thinking about open the hips. It can be that simple, but is that a swing paragraph or a swing chant?
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
Like when you talk to yourself, you got like, well, hopefully head down would be a chant. You get it?
Yeah.
Correct. There's a chant. I like that one in terms of at least you're chanting it, even though the swing thoughts suck. Yeah. We're chanting. Yes. So I want players to realize that 20 seconds you're about ready to go through your routine, you have to have a very clear-cut chant and plan that's controlling your golf swing.
Gotcha.
That's what blocks out everybody else. Then you can go back to talking and relaxing afterwards in between shots. Right? That's how I'm playing. I talk it out loud. Like all my students, everybody's just like, that's so weird. Why do you do that? I'm like, because I don't want to hear all you stupid people talking. So I'm like, I say, open the hips, finish the turn. Open the hips, finish the turn. I'm going to promote that a lot. A lot of the tour pros will do it. It's called verbalizing your intentions. And I'm like, chant your swing thought.
Chant your swing thought.
Correct. I just rather always take everything I hear and I'm like, yeah, that might have been old school. Like let's put that more where guys like you and me will hear that. Yeah. Correct. Chant your swing thought.
I like that.
Right? Now, you gotta have the right swing thoughts. Coach and player go hand in hand to help you get there.
Yeah. That's really good. You gotta chant the right things. You can't just like say
you're practicing the wrong thing. I mean, if you practice this all day long and your head shoved in the ground, your arms like this, you're getting great at it. It will not get you great at golf, but you're getting great at it.
You're gonna be great at that.
You're great at that. Right? You're really good at that.
That's great. That's awesome. I've learned a lot. This is really good.
Fun interview.
This was really good.
It was a good interview.
Right. So where can they find you? The people out there are going to watch this. Where can they find you to learn more about TrackMan and the Mach 3 and getting better?
Sure. So I now have my own private studio, TrackMan Studio, at my detached two-door garage at my private residence in South Plainfield. So you're more than welcome to come there, rent it, work on it, train, play some of the best course in the world, take lessons there until things subside in terms of Hyatt Hills is where my outside operations are. If I lived in Florida, Texas, or Cali, I'd be teaching 24/7 outdoors. I'd only teach indoors on rainy days. But being in New York, this is the next best thing. I wish I had this growing up. This is real outside as real indoors. It's just unfortunately only the tee shot in a sense. Correct, because you don't get moguls in your garage, right?
Yeah.
The flat lie, perfect lie. But if you suck at a perfect lie, I tell you still need work there. And
Yeah,
that will get you better at all the mogul lies too.